Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War campaign 7, week 3, day 1. So of course today we shall be going over all of the chapter 3 tasks and end up messing with all that. I believe we also have a special offer every single day, or not offer, but a special 7-year anniversary thing going on every single day. If they did it somewhat like they did the last time, or I can't remember what event it was for, but for whatever reason, based on it being this, if I'm not mistaken, it was 6, all 6 of the color deed books, or all 6 of the color deeds with Imperial at the end. That is then followed by one other thing on the 7th day. Not sure if they're going to be doing the same thing like that again. However, based on what this exact reward is, it almost seems like they are. Also, we just randomly RNG'd into another one today, so that's kind of nice. So we actually got 2 of them laying around today. Aside from that, I'm not sure exactly everything that they're going to be doing for the anniversary thing, other than the fact that, of course, we're technically getting a new kingdom, the Rift and everything, at the end of this week. So there's technically that, so that's actually obviously pretty huge. But aside from that, I think we're just getting that, the thing on Wednesday for the pet. We also have a pet event for Thursday for the community pet from a couple of years ago for the Dragon Kitty. And not sure what else is going on this week, but we'll see what they end up doing. Not sure if we're going to get like a special calendar. Currently, it's just a 6.0 welcome to calendar thing. But anyways, let's go bring up a little tab with all of the tasks. Full list. Luckily, someone posts it every single week, which is rather convenient. So if we just go over to gemsofwar.com, over to the forum. Saw it earlier. Not sure if it's gotten buried by now. Apparently it has gotten slightly buried. There it is. And it should be somewhere a little bit down here. Right there. There it is. Okay. So, easiest way to do this is copy a link address, put that there, put that there. Okay, so as far as everything that we got to go do 44 Taurus kills. Is obviously done pretty easily in Wild Plains, or pretty much only in Wild Plains. Kill Frostfeather 5 times is a bit of a weird one. There's probably enough people that said in PvP that it's probably best to do it that way. If I'm not mistaken, it is available through the World Lore event. Also, keep in mind, we actually do not have a World Lore event until tomorrow. So, until the World Lore event we have now is the last one that we have for a while, because next week is actually not a World Lore event. It's the new event that we're going to be getting as of the next patch. But aside from that, we got to do that. As far as silver, use a vault key to kill 3 gnomes. So apparently we probably have to find 3 gnomes, and you could just use a vault key to get it done instantly, though given that we just had a vault event, should be kind of easy to end up getting that done. Yeah, I still don't like the Kingdom Pass that they're doing, like the way that they're going to be rolling out. Have they posted more info on it yet? I don't believe they have, unless they did today, and I did not notice. I don't think they have, though. Yeah, I don't think they did. Though, gosh, they just got around to doing this now. They did it 14 minutes ago. That's a little late. Just a little late. Actually, maybe it's 1 whole day late. Maybe they accidentally have it a whole day off now. I'm not sure. Because this is actually exactly 1 day and 1 hour late. So it might just be that the 1 hour time shift combined with the fact that it's 1 whole day late. So I'm not sure exactly. But that's the exact time for it to be exact 1 day, 1 hour late. Though the 1 hour is because the hour shift thingy. But, I'm not sure why it's 1 whole day late. It's supposed to be posted Sunday night, not tonight. Kind of weird. Is this the thing we normally look at on Sunday nights? Anyways, aside from that, 45 red kills, which, yes, Pride Land's pretty good location for any heavy red kingdom. Dragon's Claw is pretty solid for it as well. Use active weapon 15 times. You can just do a quick kill Rowan team. Craft a red summoning stone. Pretty free, though, if you do want to skip over it to save those resources for weapons. It is worth potentially skipping, though, of course, we're just going to spend the resources for it. Explore Wild Plains 1 time at 3. So if your Rowan does enough damage, you just quick kill it with that. The Horned Banner for 4, which is the banner from this place, which I believe is just a green-red banner, if I'm not mistaken. Which is kind of redundant, given that there's a +2/+2 red-green. But we'd have to use the standard green-red +1/+1. Use the Shaman class for wins. I will be using that for something, I'm pretty sure, at some point in the stream already, without even need to change into it necessarily. Complete one adventure board. So just doing the standard adventure board, which is kind of funny because we actually have a special adventure board today because of the holiday. I wonder if they deliberately did that. I think it's just random though. But to kind of let people know, like, hey, go check it. Extra loot this week. Earn 200 gold in a battle, meaning literally just do a battle. Wow, Plains team 4 times, which we could just do the Ward Lore event for. 25 glory chests, so we can just open 50. Complete one delve at 40 plus, which I might skip. We'll see. We could just quick kill. We might just quick kill City of Thieves. And then lastly, open 2 event chests. The main reason I might want to skip it is if we're already on really good pacing for the rest of bronze. We could potentially skip this into something that could be passively done. Whereas this cannot be passively done. However, it wouldn't take that long. But we'll see once we get to that point. But anyways, I guess we start from the top and do 2 things. One is actually immediately go and do the silver. Because if we just have to open a vault key to go get that done, it's actually best to get that out of the way first and then start working on bronze. So we want to do this, work on all bronze, because the last task for gold is pretty straightforward. So we want to go and re-roll this very first one then. Well, not re-roll it, but, you know, get it completed by doing the single vault key. You can just go find 3 gnomes. However, assuming almost everyone probably has like 1 billion keys left over after last vault event weekend. If you still have some of those left, might as well just throw one and get it done that way, as it will be quicker. Where on earth is... what build do I want to use? We don't have to use Phoenicia. I have been switching over to Phoenicia for this, though, as of lately. But, I don't know, it's been getting the job done. But anyways, hello, everyone. Didn't even say hello everywhere, earlier. Hello, Mister. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Daddy Shark. Hello, Supplement. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Hung. Hello, Bill. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Warren. Hello, Gadget. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Daddy Shark. Hello, Logic Slayer, and hello, everyone else. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of feel like that with Puzzle Quest 3 already, not wanting to give them any more money. Based on changes that they made. I only spent 100 on that, though. Like, just for that one. Actually, it might have been 110, actually, now that I think about it. I forgot about that. But, yeah, I don't think I'm going to spend another cent on that one. Gems of War, we kind of have to, because for some of the content that we cover, we kind of need to. In that regard. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything particularly good there, but we got the objective done, and that is the main thing that we were aiming for. Let's see. Question. You have just enough diamonds to get 2 Ironhawks? The answer is yes, whatever the rest of your question is. Should you do that? Yes. Or is it really worth it until you have 3? No, it's perfectly fine to have 2. The one that would be questionable is if it's worth it to craft 1 compared to 2. But no, if you can craft 2, yeah, definitely go for 2. There's almost no reason to have 3. There's only one real team that uses 3, and that's of course the 3 Dust Devil, 2 Ironhawk. I mean, the 3 Ironhawk, 1 Dust Devil team. The problem with this team though is it is not usable during Vault event weekends, which is kind of the whole reason you'd want to have double, or you know, any amount of Ironhawks to begin with. Because even though it's technically quicker, it's not that usable during Vault event weekends. You may have noticed we were using the double one the entirety of the previous one. And the main reason for that is you actually can't use the triple Ironhawk build during a Vault event weekend. The main reason for this is whenever a Soul Gnome replaces an Epic or above, it has 21 or more durability. And this is outside the 20 damage range of being one-shotted. So when it's a Vault event with more gnomes appearing, or just, you know, doing Gnomapalooza, especially during Gnomapalooza, you actually have to use 2 copies. Not 1, not 3, but specifically 2. Because 1 wouldn't do enough damage with the builds that you could do with it, like Slayer and stuff like that. And 3 would also not do enough damage because of the durability on some of them. So you specifically would have to use 2 Ironhawks. But yeah, the question is more so between 1 or 2. Like, 1 is questionable on getting, because its main value doesn't really get unlocked until 2. But you definitely don't need 3. I feel like in the current state of the game, there's no point even getting a 3rd Ironhawk necessarily. Obviously, if you're like super late in the game and you have the resources for it, I guess you can. As there are some uses that still use, like for XP farming and stuff. But for the main purpose that most people want it for, it's 2 that you're normally aiming for. And it's kind of like the sweet spot for it. Anyways, Red Summoning Stone. Let's go grab this. But yes, if you can craft 2, you should craft 2. If you have the resources right now for 2 Iron Hawks, you should go get 2 Iron Hawks. If you currently have none. It is insane. Of course, you won't be able to use it for a while since we literally just had a Vault Event weekend. But still going to be worth it. How do you farm diamonds? We had a Vault Event weekend, which is honestly probably one of the only few times where you can. Every 6 weeks or so, they end up doing a Vault Event weekend for 3 days, where you can find a lot more gnomes, and then those gnomes drop Vault keys, and those Vault keys drop diamonds, among other resources, of course. Last weekend that we end up having, it's generally the best time to go about doing it. Aside from that, the only way you can really get diamonds is from the passive ways, like from donating gold to your guild, for a couple of the objectives, as well as doing your daily dungeons every single time. And if you really need some more in a pinch, you can throw 50 gems at the diamond offer every single day, particularly on Sundays, but every single day gives you additional, like, 24, if I'm not mistaken, because there's shards there. Anyways, let's go clear up bronze. So it wants me to go do explore in Wild Plains with pretty much no other requirements, which is kind of funny, though. I do want to go change this team to a few things, though, because we are going to need this for multiple objectives. So I'm actually going to change this to literally every objective we need. So for this, I'm going to go and replace this to a Shaman Hero class using a green-red banner, specifically... Where is it? Where's the horn banner? There it is, horn banner. I thought it would have like a horn on it. It actually isn't battle axe. That title is very misleading. I know there's one that does have horn. I think it's Wild Plains. Or not Wild Plains, it's, this is Wild Plains. I mean, Pan's Vale. Isn't it Pan's Vale? I'm pretty sure. But, it's kind of weird. It's called Horn Banner, but I guess it means horns as in, like, you know, horns. But, even that doesn't have horns on it. It's just little, 2 axes. Anyways, now we need an axe of literally any kind. I was gonna say, there better be something under A that has the word axe in it. And then the only other change we need is... That's it. Never mind, it is all the changes. There we go. Okay. So now when any of those objectives come up, it's already ready to go. Of which there are 3 of them. The banner, the weapon, and the hero class. As well as for whenever we just have to use this team. That's one nice... there's so many good things about Rowan build. Aside from accessibility. Oh, are we not on... Oh, I think it's the extra stats that's making it look so inflated. I'm like, wait, am I going crazy? Are we actually on Explore 3 right now? I never remember Explore 3 being this hard. But no, it's because they have like 10 and 20% stats this week. That's why it seems so high. That really threw me. Oh, no. It's because it's Explore 6. Oh, wait. Why am I on Explore 6? But then again, it said 3 or higher. We actually can do Explore 6. Already had one partially started here for I have no clue what reason. However, a partially started one does actually still count, so I guess we'll do it on this. I was going to say, there's no way this was Explore 3. Even with like 10 or 20%, that seems just a little too high. Knew I wasn't going crazy. Yeah, that threw me off for a second if this was Explore 3. Like, they really buffed up Explore 3 if so. Luckily, this is not actually Explore 3, but since it's already started and since we're already here, I might as well do it. Ideally, we'd want to switch to Phoenicia team, but at this point, might as well just use this team. It's not going to matter. We just have to take out the boss here. I am pretty sure. Oh, no. We're going to have the extra battle, too. We're going to get enough shards. Oh, well. Not that big a deal. Still saved us from having to do, like, what, 2 battles? Hello, Cerebral. Welcome. Hope all has been well. Always great to see new faces. Also, hello, Chris. Welcome. And hello, Roman. If anyone still has any questions that you want me to go over, let me know. As of course, the stream will be mostly dedicated to doing all of the Chapter 3 tasks, as we do every Monday. Next Monday we'll have it too, however, we're also going to be doing... next Monday's stream is actually going to be probably quite a bit longer than this Monday's stream. Or at least compared to, you know, like a normal Monday stream, or a normal stream in general. Mostly because we have a brand new game mode coming out next Monday. We will not have a World Lore event during that time. We'll still have the Chapter tasks, but we won't have a World Lore event during that time. And it'll be the launch of the new Kingdom Pass. So we'll be messing around with everything related to that. So we're going to not only have the Kingdom Pass and the unlocking of that, but also the new game mode, which obviously will end up taking some amount of time. We don't know exactly how much time those kind of events will take. If it's going to be more like a raid or invasions where it can be done like a few days, or something more like a Tower of Doom that normally takes a little bit more time. I don't know. We'll have to see exactly how it's structured. It is structured more like how raids, invasions, and stuff like that is structured, though. So it does seem like it'll probably be towards the shorter side. We don't really know. Especially since it'll be everyone's first time playing it. So a lot of people will probably be a lot less efficient at doing the game mode. which could result in it taking longer guild-wide to complete, simply because people haven't done it before, so people might make mistakes that get them less scoring. If I'm not mistaken, all you really have to do is kind of like Bounty Hunter, where you use like one single troop. Instead of having to use 4, you just have to use one single troop, and if you just use it the whole time, you basically go and get the full amount of bonus. I believe it's kind of how it works. Like, you get a certain amount of mileage for going like a certain direction. I'm not sure if everyone in the same guild or everyone across all guilds get the exact same rolls. We'll kind of find out as it happens. Because it might be one of those events where it's not like Tower of Doom, where every single guild gets their own independent data where you have to bring it back to your guild. I'm pretty sure for this event it'd be uniform for everyone. If it is random for everyone, it's going to be a little weird. Because I'm not sure exactly how the mile system would work then. If some guilds are getting like more miles than others, then how does that work for leaderboard? I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. No, the new game mode is, you do not have to pay any money for it. Actually, everything I mentioned, you do not have to pay any money for. To get progress on the Kingdom Pass, as well as getting the entirety of the new event done. Like, the new event's, like, literally nothing money locked. Like, it's the same thing as, like, raids, invasions, world events, stuff like that. Like, you use gems to unlock tiers, I'm pretty sure. Like all the other events, it's not money locked in that regard. Like, none of the tiers are going to cost money. It's just going to cost gems, which you can infinitely farm off of tributes, treasure hunts, stuff like that. The thing that would cost money is the extra rewards on the Kingdom Pass, which is something completely different than the new game mode. The new game mode is basically just like a different version of, you know, like raids, invasion, world events, something like that. Like the weekly events. So these days we've only really been having world events as our weekly events, with Tower of Doom like once every 11 weeks. But, you know, it's kind of like one of those. Like what raids or invasions used to be. The closest thing is, it's kind of like a combination of Delves combined with Bounty Hunter. I think is the closest way to really describe the new game mode. Where you 100% are forced to have to use a certain troop to get max amount of points. But for a given journey. But you also have like a pathing system that would kind of make it somewhat similar to how Delves are done. Except with a decision made every single room rather than like at the beginning of a delve. Because it seems like it's a multi-branching pathway. From how it's described on the forum, it reminds me a lot of like how Darkest Dungeon 2 or Slay the Spire or any of those kind of games are. Where you have like those branching paths and you kind of just keep going up and up and up through those branching paths. I'm not sure how far you'd be able to see ahead, if at all though. But I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. That's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. Oh, let's see, I'll throw that down. You've walked 500 miles and I will walk 500. Oh wait, what's that from? I'm like trying to sing the melody for that song. But I actually completely forgot what the melody is. I was like trying to sing one other song. Is that the right one? No. I think I'm thinking of a different song. I know what you're referring to, but I feel like I'm trying to think of a different song than the one that is. There we go. Taurus is done. Oh wait, that wasn't the main objective we sought out to do right now. It was the banner. Though, in theory, yes. Ah, there we go. That wasn't the one I was trying to do, but it is the one we have gotten done. So what's under silver right now? Red kills. Oh, you can also do red kills in Wild Plains, oddly enough, if you still need the Taurus kills. We kind of already did the Taurus kills, though. I guess we just do this team 4 more times. There's no reason not to. We'll just keep doing it here, even though we don't need Taurus kills anymore. This place still has one of the lowest durabilities in the game. The only problem with that now is there are some 10 and 20% this week. I think it just said we had to do it 4 times, if I'm not mistaken. This is why we set to Shaman class earlier, so we wouldn't have to change to something else. Could just use the team that we would be using for World Event, but it's a lot quicker to getting it done this way. We're also most likely going to get the 50 green matching thing done. Because I think all it is you just have to destroy or swipe 300 green gems. And given that we keep casting Leprechaun, that's kind of progressing that decently, since it's exploding every green on the board. Well, obviously that's not the best way of doing it. It has been passively giving it to us to a degree that it should be there in 1 or 2 more explosions. We'll find out when it tells us at the end. Like right here. Right here? That's one of them. That's Shaman Hero class. It's not enough green though. Let's see if another battle or 2 gets us to green. I guess it's not too big a deal to rush it down. Well, then again, it kind of is because the next one says to kill reds. So again, to that, to get it done passively is kind of relevant. So they're both something that can be done passively. There it is. Okay. I knew we were really close. Actually surprised we didn't already hit it prior. Ah, there we go. Alright, so now we got to kill reds. I think we have to try find the Frost Feather now. Though technically it doesn't matter what order we do it in. Because ideally there's some PvP teams that just have 4 Frost Feathers set. Theoretically, while we're there, we could take 4 times Fire Bombs for the red kills too. But yeah, we need 45 red kills, which we could easily just do an Explore quick kill. Likely in some place like Pride Lands or Dragon's Claw, I think are the 2 best ratios. Though theoretically, you can do it in Wild Plains. Yeah, so now our main focus is basically to spam bronze. Because the rest we could literally just do off our Rowan team. Because the axe is already covered and red kills is already covered. We just have to change location. Because Wild Plains, while it does have a decent amount of red, I don't think it has the highest ratio of red. But anyways, oh, we actually have Adventure Board net one next too. Should we do that? Because we're probably gonna get locked on something. Well, not locked, but something that will have synergy. Not really. Though we could try getting the other thing done passively. So you know what? Yeah, we actually do start trying to take down bronze. Because this will get done passively regardless of where we're going. Alright, anyways. So let's go to Adventure Board. So as I mentioned earlier, we do have a special Adventure Board all week. I believe it's going to be an Imperial and 6 color deeds every single day for 6 days, and then ending in something else on the 7th day. I'm not sure 100% if that's exactly what they're doing, but I'm pretty sure that is what they're doing. We'll find out if it happens tomorrow. If tomorrow's thing is like a red deed, or, you know, a different color deed with Imperial, it's probably the case. That will be the case, where it goes for 6 days and then ends in something else. What exactly that something else will be, who knows? That seems like what they're going to likely do with it. I'd also explain why they mailed us war coins, because that means probably one of them is not going to be war coins then, because they're doing other drops for it. Speaking of war coins, when a new kingdom drops, we actually do get some free war coins with it. It's a feature that most people probably haven't seen yet, because if you've been playing for a little over 2.5 years now, the last kingdom came in about 2 years and 2 months ago or so. It was like August of 2 years ago. So a lot of people haven't actually seen, or, you know, anyone who's been playing for a while who already had all the kingdoms done, including myself, have never actually seen war coins drop off a kingdom. However, it is a feature that happens off of every kingdom that you have not completed. The only problem with that is a lot of people, obviously, prior to that patch of war coins, already had the kingdoms completed, so they could not claim the war coins for them. However, for this upcoming kingdom, we should all be able to go get those war coins, since it is a kingdom that none of us have completed. I'm past the point of needing war coins, but I know a lot of people still do. If you somehow wind up at my door after walking 1,000 miles on the elliptical, you're just going to be utterly confused. I do have people like randomly knocking on my door sometimes. I'm not sure what it is. I know one time I ended up answering it. It was like one of those witness people, which really threw me off because I like, you hear of them and like jokes about them and like other things about them, but I've never actually like seen one at my door, and then it's like, oh yeah, there they are. Jehovah's Witness or whatever it's called. Like you see, like you hear about it through like TV shows in the past and stuff like that, but I never like seen it. And then it's like they were at the door, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. I'm not sure who it is. It might be them. It might be something else. I'm not sure. But I feel like almost every single week there's just like a random knock on my door that isn't like a package or anything. It's just like a random knock for no reason. They are super polite and friendly though. Well, kind of. The one I had, I don't know, they had like a I'm not sure what you'd really call it. It was like more of like a smug attitude. I'm not sure if smug's the right word though. That's the closest word I can think of. Let's see. I should have taken Skull there. Oh gosh. A billion revives. Oh gosh, I wasn't kidding. Thank you, finally. It's like the third or fourth hit there. It's the neighbor wanting her furniture back. Hey, she gave us the furniture. And whatever wasn't given to us was thrown out. So there's no reason not to take it. Because they were basically just throwing out, not like literally everything, but you know, whatever they didn't need to keep. Too bad you can't convert that away. It doesn't count as any particular color. It's really weird because wildcard gems count as both every color but no colors. It's a weird combination. We got our objective done. We were going to be doing that anyways, but it wanted us to also do it through the objective. Is it true that scrolls are coming to Soulforge? Are they? You mean the Forge scrolls? I have not heard anything about that yet. Though data mined may have shown otherwise. But I haven't heard anything official in that regard yet. But people might have data mined it in the most recent patch in 6.0. The feature's obviously not accessible yet, because I'm pretty sure there's no scrolls there. Wild Plains team 4 times. Because that's technically what our next task is. Okay. We could do that. I might as well do the award event real quick then. Actually, I might as well go do 2 battles real quick to go and get these Frost Feather kills already, finally. So let me go try to find these Frost Feathers. Shouldn't take that long. All I have to do is go to casual PvP and keep repicking until we see a Frost Feather. And then do it again. Phoenicia? Are you even enough damage? I kind of just want to go, but then again, Rogue Spider's probably a bad idea. I guess we'll go Phoenicia. I'm just not sure it has enough damage to cycle. Those are some pretty durable feathers. The reason I don't want to do the other loop team is because, they freeze when you kill. And the problem is they would kill in a weird desyncy way. That would get them frozen. Whereas that kills them all simultaneous, so we just win. And don't have to worry about freeze. Alright, so we need to go use a pure Wild Plains team. But before we do, let's go find one more Frost Feather. That's not what I wanted. PvP, casual, repick. And let's keep hitting this button until we see one. Come on, someone should have another 4 set. I only need 1. Oh, I need to see in the thumbnail. Because that firebomb might be one, but it's also might not be one. There we go. Found it again. Oh, is there a thing on the forum on it? I'm pretty sure it's not an official post, though. Cursed gnomes will drop cursed runes, which you can spend to upgrade the Soulforge. Interesting. Okay. So we are getting another gnome. We kind of knew we would eventually. That's why you save your Valkies. Get them ready to get like that 1 in like 300 chance gnome. Because there's so many common ones now, assuming it's common. Yeah, it's probably in the spoiler thread. I don't check it too often just to not be spoiled on things most of the time. I check on occasion depending on what's posted. Alright, so we gotta kill reds. We gotta do wild plains team. I might as well just keep doing bronze until we hit a wall. At this point, we might just do the camp, the other thing. I kind of want to repick it though. The delve one. Though the delve's not really gonna take that long. We have to go out of our way for it, but it's basically like winning with a Romaine team 3 times, so it's not really that big a deal. So we're probably just gonna do it. Alright, let's go do the ward event real quick. 4 battles for it. Because we're going to end up doing a synergy there. So, of course, as far as ward event, it's just rarity order. Though you do get more points for doing the exact same room. I'm not sure which team I currently have set, but whatever one I currently have set, we'll probably just roll with. Can't remember if I have the cheap team. Oh, we actually have Frost Feathers right here. How convenient. Oh, yeah, I have Catches the Bull set. So, if you need something strong for the event, literally just spam a billion Catches the Bull. It'll get the job done. Why won't it let me grab the medal? That was weird. Alright. Yeah, I'll just roll with this. We have way more than enough damage. I was going to go upgrade it further, but there really isn't a need to. Because basically everything we will touch will die. But how much damage we have right now. Do you think the recipe will be Forge Scroll, Jewels, Mythic Ingots? I'm hoping it uses already existing materials, but knowing them, no. But one can hope. I'm still hoping for that Tradestone Sink eventually. Curious how expensive Forge Scrolls would be if they do come back around. Because they currently cost 133 gems each. So it'd be interesting to see if whatever the new format is more or less than 133 gems each. In theory, it should be less, because when you're doing the event, you're theoretically getting other value from it as well. However, most people aren't doing it for the other value, you're doing it almost entirely just for the Forge Scrolls. So in theory, they should be worth, or they should cost slightly less than an average of 133 gems in overall resources. What exactly that will be, I'm not sure we currently know. But we will find out. Also, this weapon's really good if you haven't gotten it already. It's used almost exclusively for what's his name? For Catches the Bull. But it's just such an insanely good mana accumulating option for him. Since it does 16 red when you have a full team of Tauruses. But yeah, Shaman class and Ketris. Very rarely used, but always used together pretty much. Yeah, they like to overprice stuff, true. Very true. Not wrong. Yeah, I guess we'll do the Delve. It's not really going to take that long at all. I'm just going to swap to armor. Luckily, we do have armor sets. And we'll hit the City of Thieves. I should already have the team set up. Do it at 50. And yep, team's already set up. Perfect. Yeah, let's do Rowan quick kill. You can run this exact same team for tomorrow as well, by the way. I think I mentioned Tesla during the video, but we do have access to, I believe, green and red. Which means you would have access to this team. Because you're allowed to use any color weapon. Green covers Rowan and Leprechaun, and red covers Mirage Queen. So you can still run this team for tomorrow as well. If you're doing the... what's it called for it? Or, you know, the faction event. Which is probably just what I'm going to be rolling for it, most likely. Even though I did mention Tesla during the video. Generally, if we can run Rowan, we're probably running Rowan. But I like to try to not say Rowan every single week when it's available, just because I'd get a bit redundant. I like to at least switch it up slightly. There we go. Yep, not what I wanted. Fail. There we go. Okay. And I believe that's the last bronze task now. Then we just have to do the last 2 for silver, which is reds, and then I think it's to use axe 15 times. Yep, and then just use axe 15 times. So basically we just farm our Wayne team in a red location like Pride Lands or something the rest of the time. Perfect. Now let's go open 2 event keys. Overall, I'd probably say skip on event keys this week. The mythics are pretty good. And there's a lot of null troops here that are good for... Gosh, I just got to Tradestone twice in a row. And there's some good null troops there that are good for Guild Wars next week. And, you know, for every week that Guild Wars occurs. That reminds me, next week is a really crowded week. I forgot, we got Guild Wars going on. Oh gosh, it's one of those kind of weeks. You know how we have like a rather tame week this week? And then next week is just going to have literally everything? Because next week has Guild Wars, a brand new game mode, the start of a Kingdom Pass, a brand new kingdom. What else? I think that's everything. That's still a lot though. But yeah, next week we have a brand new kingdom, a brand new game mode, Guild Wars, and all the normal stuff that we normally have. No world event though. The world event will be replaced by the journey event. Actually, you can see it right over here. It says journey, and it says 6 days, 5 hours. That's a journey event. But Guild Wars, unfortunately, is also 6 days and 5 hours, meaning they're both coinciding with each other, which is kind of unfortunate. Because that means every single day we'd be... that means on Monday we're really going to go all in on that journey event then. Because that means every other day we'd have to do both the journey event and the guild event. Though similar to many other events, I'm pretty sure you can front load the journey event. So theoretically, you could do all your battles on day 1 if you had enough sigils and everything. Or, you know, finish it within like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, depending on how much active your guild is. It's not one of those events that you would have to do it every day. I'm pretty sure. They'll find out. As far as unlocking the kingdom stuff, that's something that you're probably going to need to make progress on every single day. But the one related to the journey event, you wouldn't. I'm pretty sure the new Forge update would not start next week. I highly doubt it. But anyways, let me go switch back over to the magic. Because the only other thing we have to do now is hunt for reds. Hunt for reds and then use axe. And there's a team that can do both of them. That we already set up earlier. If I can find where on earth it is. Where is my Rolene build? There it is. I should probably change the banner back. What kingdom is the Tuesday faction event for? Good question. I actually have no clue. Is it Warren's? Okay. But yeah, it can't be for the new kingdom because it's not out yet. Because even when next Tuesday hits, even though the kingdom will be out, the faction isn't. But yeah, I guess they just kind of threw a random one. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be Warren's then. But yeah, that is a kind of good question because I don't think that's happening till 2 Fridays from now. Not this Friday, but the following Friday. I'm pretty sure it's the new faction for the new kingdom. Which means we will have one Tuesday event that is not actually corresponding to it. Oh, wait, never mind. It might be because the other event week. Because, never mind. The new kingdom's coming out, but is it actually the event week for Nexus? I think it is, actually. Never mind. But they're just doing a different one for it. It's slightly confusing, but I guess it kind of makes sense because there isn't one for it yet. Because the actual event week, I'm pretty sure, is for Nexus. But the Tuesday faction isn't. The Tuesday faction is for Wild Court. Oh no, wrong one. Wait, what's next week? What's 1 week from today? Yeah, it's for Warrens. Okay, yeah, it's just for Warrens. Interesting. Yeah, I would sure hope that the kingdom thingy is only $5. It would make sense if it was to be the same ratio of campaign. Because they said they would have like an infinite buy option to get the other thing done, which I think might cost money. Though you could do it with gems as well. But I think they have an option for money. Which basically means that it's probably $5, but you can auto buy it with more money. Exactly how much that is, who knows. I would sure hope the base price isn't more than 5. Yeah, it's a 5-week event. It lasts for 35 days. It's half as long as a campaign event. It ends mid-December. Actually, I believe it ends the week before Christmas. Yeah, it starts next week and ends like the week before Christmas. Which you can see it right over here. It lasts until December 19th. Yeah, so the week before Christmas. Yeah, I never understood how they don't know what reasonable prices are. Win any battle with your hero using an axe. Oh yeah, duh, we already knew what this was. One step ahead of you, game. Yeah, like 3 Nomapaloozas for 50 bucks. I'm not even sure if I would spend $5 for 3 Nomapaloozas, let alone 50. Like, even $5 seems kind of steep. If it was $1 per Nomapalooza set, I would maybe consider it. Because you could farm about 2 per hour. So spending $2 to do that instead is kind of okay value. But they are cost way more than that. But yeah, that's like the price where I would like maybe consider it. $1 per full Nomapalooza set. As in one of all the 4 verses. That's still a bit pricey though. Because if you break that down to it being like 25 cents per verse, that almost seems kind of expensive. Though unless you could target it down. 25 cents to go get all of our verse 2s we need. You notice what you wonder if it's intentional error or not, but in Epic Valky, Commons and Cedric drop ×4 verse gnomes. Drop 2 times, but Common Daemon Gnome still gives 1 copy. Oh yeah, the common. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure that's not intended. He was the most recent one that was added to the game. Maybe they just forgot to adjust it after he was out for a while. I'm not sure. But yeah, the way that Epic Valkies are supposed to work for those is Cedric drops 4. All the gnome copies should drop 4, except for the Mana Surge gnomes, which I think still drop 1. And all the Terror cards only drop 1. But all the common gnomes should drop 4, and the Cedric should drop 4. Everything else, I believe, drops 1 copy. But yeah, the Daemon Gnome should be under that 4-drop category. Though I've personally never gotten a drop of him during a Epic Valky, mostly because we haven't really even opened that many Epic Valkies. Might just be an oversight on their part. Though pretty much getting 1 or 4 copies is pretty much the near 0 that they both are. I'm still not sure why they haven't really adjusted to be able to get more copies of the commons. Because you need like, what, 190 to max them out? And you get them like 1 or 4 at a time. And even at 4 at a time, you still need to get it like, what, 20 times or 50 times? Like a little under 50 times, even at 4 per time. Now, of course, you could just use blue orbs on them, which is what most people do. That's why I did for all mine. I just used a major blue on them. Finally bit the bullet and finally upgraded them all. Also because they haven't really been adding as many things to use power orbs for. I'm actually kind of surprised. Because since the year, it's been almost 1 full year now where you can get a power orb off of off of 1% chance off a major orb. However, since they have made that change, there has actually been 0 new features that use power orbs. Which is kind of shocking. Because you would have thought, like, oh, they're making power orbs more common. That probably means they're going to be doing something that will drastically increase how many you need. But since they have, 0 pieces of content were added in this last year since that change that use power orbs. Obviously, we have the existing ones like Zugoff and Enraged Karandera and such. However, no new thing was added during that time. I'm pretty sure there is a plans to come into the future. When exactly, who knows? It's been a little over a year since we've gotten something that uses them. Because the last time we got something was September of last year. But to change the power orbs was done December of last year. Alright, there we go. I believe we are now officially done with all of the chapter tasks. Which means we'll probably go clear out dungeons then and mess with the Word event. And probably use all of our sigils. And claim all this just for a little bit of extra stats. I don't think it was much. It was, what, 3 attack? Yeah, just 3 attack. Nothing too interesting. Feels weird seeing only attack and magic. This is the longest we've gone without getting any durability. We don't get it till week 4, though theoretically armor is an offensive stat as well these days. To a degree. It's because of our Wayne build and everything in Teslas and all that. But anyways, so let's go clear out dungeons real quick. And then we'll go mess with World Lore Event for the rest of the time. And just demolish it with Ketruses. Where's my Phoenicia? So we'll use Phoenicia for this. You're getting a power orb stash to rival Salties. That's funny. I don't know what she's been up to. Did anyone even see what company she now works for? I believe she said she's working for a different gaming company now. I don't think she ever really said what. I haven't really been following her social media or anything. Try to avoid social media these days. Alright, let's go and clear out the reward event then. So for that, we're going to need our medals. For that, I'm going to need even more upgraded medals. So let's go claim them from our guild. Thank you for the Progress Guild. There we go. Let's see, do we have a spear or is that all of them? Because it's not going to give us the warning again. Nope, it's all of them, just one upgraded medal, nice. And it does give us both skull damage and spell damage, which is also nice. Go click over to guild, and let's go use all our sigils up. I already bought the tier 2, correct? Yes. Yes, okay. Let's keep doing it then. If you ever wonder why I do it to tier 2, 2 reasons. Most categories for the event, if every person in your guild is tier 2, it's enough. Theoretically, tier 3 could also be fine. But the other real reason for tier 2 is, despite it also being enough if everyone in your guild end up doing tier 2, it's also the sweet spot for the ratio of tokens that you get relative to cost. If you go one further, you're starting to get to the point where it has a bit more diminishing return. But exactly at 2, you actually get it cheaper than what you would be able to get it for if you were to buy them through the daily. I'm not sure if you can off of non-VIP. I think you can, but you can end up seeing an Arania token that costs 400, which basically brings every single epic token to be whatever 400 divided by 9 is. And if you take that number, the ratio of how much it costs to buy tier 1 and tier 2 for this event is cheaper than buying that Arania if you break it down based on every single thing. So what is that number? 400 divided by 9. Math calculator. But because the first 2 tiers is 30 and 60 gems for the event, if I'm not mistaken, which means each one costs like what, 30? Oh, no, it's 30 and then 90. So it costs like 30 for the first one and then 45 for the next 2. But if you break it down based on what the token is, it's 400 divided by 9, meaning that each one is worth 44.4 gems, or how much they cost, which means the first 2 tiers are actually cheaper, because for the very first tier, actually, no, at the second one is where you start having, like, dead even. But yeah, the first tier ends up costing 30 gems, and at the second one, assuming it's 90, I actually forget if it's 60 or 90, but if it is 90, and it comes down to 45 then, which is pretty much, like, dead even with the other thing. So it makes the first 2 tiers kind of decently worth it. But then it starts to fall off, because then it costs 50 each per every single token, because you're getting 3 tokens here. But then it starts to cost more than if you were to have just bought in the metal directly. And that's kind of the reason why we do it like that. It's not too big a deal, but saves you a little bit of gems while getting some decent value for them. Obviously, if your guild needs more progress, you might want to go a bit deeper. But otherwise, tier 2 is actually enough, more often than not. Plus, it's the best ratio for overall loot. At least for ward events, anyways. Yeah, most ward lore events match to 3. Some of them do match to 2. It kind of varies depending on which one it is. You're almost at 12 million. Oh, you mean for something else? I was going to say 12 million for the thing. Gosh. Oh, yeah, sorry. Tier 2 is 70, which means they're 35 each. So, yeah, they're actually worth less. So, yeah, then that means the ratio is... My bad. So, that means the ratio is actually 30 for the first one, then 35, and then 50. Which makes the first two cheaper, and then the other one more expensive. Because the amount it costs if you buy an Arania directly is 44.4 repeating. Cost per token. But when you buy it during a world event, it's 30 for the first one, then 35 for the next two, and then it starts going to 50. And once you buy tier 3, it's technically more costly than if you were to buy the medal itself. Dr. Shrimp, what's your question? Did you post it already, or did I miss it? Well, let me know. We shall answer. For troops that say get bonus mana from gem matches, does that apply to all troops? Yes. On your team, or just that specific troop? All of them. It basically just increases your banner amount. Though, the troop being stunned does disable out that perk, unlike banners that can't be stunned. But it basically just adds the additional to your overall banner when you match. Or to your overall, this number over here. Like how we have +2, +1, everything. Like there, right here. It just adds those numbers to all of that mess. However, they can be stunned, so when they're stunned, it doesn't work. But no, it applies to every single one of your troops. So if you have something like, let's say, +3 red on our hero, which that's not a thing. Let's say +3, that's not a good example with this team. But let's just say we had +3 blue going into our weapon from that one Corsair class. That would work on every other troop that also uses blue on our team, not just the hero. However, if it gets stunned, it doesn't have any of those pluses anymore. Banner is the only pluses you can ever have to your gains that cannot be removed in any way. Because you can't stun a banner, but you can stun a trait that gives you +1 or +2 or whatever overall amount it gives. Yeah, there's still a pretty decent community for every single one of the platforms. I still wish it would be cross-platform, though, so all the communities could meet up, though, in an easier way. Who knows, maybe there'll be something that eventually happens. How many gems do you think it'll cost to fully ascend the Journey Troop next Monday? I feel like it'll be around the cost of Bounty Hunter. So if I had to guess, probably around 1,000 something. However, these events will be pretty infrequent, even less often than Bounty Hunter. So even though 1,000 something sounds pretty high, you have to keep in mind these realistically will only happen once every, like a few times a year, if that. So 1,000 something might sound a little high, but it doesn't happen anywhere near as often as Bounty Hunter does. But I'm pretty sure it'll cost a very similar amount to Bounty Hunter to max it. And Bounty Hunter costs 1,110, or 710 plus a blue orb. And while it probably won't cost the exact same amount, I'm pretty sure it'll cost a very similar amount to do the Journey event. Troop to max. But we'll find out when it happens. I would guesstimate you expect to spend about 1,000 gems. But we don't really know till it happens. And obviously you don't have to max it out to do the event. Though anyone super late in the game likely is. Not just to have the troop max, but also because it gives more points for the event. But it's definitely not required to participate in the event. You can do it with 0 gems and still get value from it. Similar to how you can do Bounty Hunter for 0 gems. Even though we always buy it out. Bounty Hunter is probably the closest comparison for it. It's almost like a guild-wide Bounty Hunter, but not really. Because you're only restricted on one troop. That's the only other game mode where you're restricted to have to use a specific troop. But luckily, you can actually build a team, unlike Bounty Hunter, where you're forced to basically use the same exact thing every single time. Or for this event, the Journey event, you'll actually be able to use pretty much whatever you want. Like 3 of your 4 troops could be anything. The only troop that has to be anything is the Journey troop. The Journey Captain, or whatever you're calling it. Which is kind of like the Battle Captain for Bounty Hunter. except unlike Bounty Hunter, where you have to use a pure team of the multipliers with the Bounty Captain, the Journey event is specifically only having to use the Journey Captain, and then you could use any other 3. But I think those other 3 might be based on some restriction, maybe from the Kingdom, I'm not sure exactly. But I think you might just be able to use anything with it. We'll find out. Actually, can't remember. I think the post might have mentioned it. I actually couldn't forget off the top of my head. Well, I'll find out in another week. And there we go. We have run out of sigils. Also, speaking of things we've run out of, we also still have no redeem codes. Kafka! Kafka! What do I need to do to contact the Kafka? Who on the dev team should I go contact next? Should I just like go, so far I haven't tried contacting anyone else. Should I just like send a message to like G-Man and Jetto and who else? It's like everyone who does like anything publicly for the company now. Yeah, we need to like literally message all of them. Where's the codes? But yeah, we still don't have more codes. We'll still have a big code for next week for the new kingdom, probably on next Monday night actually, because we still have a few big codes left, like 5 more left. So we'll hand one out sometime this week for the 7-year anniversary of the game, and sometime probably on Monday because of the new everything that's happening. But beyond that, yeah, I still don't have more codes from them. Hopefully we get those soon. Let's see. What's the level 12 Explore team you use for Zugoff? Oh, it's this team. Yeah, we haven't been doing as much because we haven't been doing as much farming for him. But team's still the same. It's Flame of Fur. You can use their Scare Crown if you don't have it. You can also use Flask if you happen to have that. Flask was actually kind of interesting with this. Thrall, Zugoff, and Leprechaun. Ends up working out pretty good. Pretty well. Oh, so hello, Haley. Welcome, welcome. Maybe Kafka's on vacation? I'm not sure. Though she was posting on the forum since I've messaged her. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Not all of them have PMs on. True. I'll figure out which ones to do. And try contacting them. But anyways, guys. Does anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? Otherwise, we will be back tomorrow night. Same time as always. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Our main goal for tomorrow, of course, will be to do the faction event. We got the faction event going on for a very annoying one, Labyrinth. If you want to get pure faction done for this place, I highly advise doing it with potions. It's not required to have potions for it. However, for sanity's sake, you probably do. Oh, Rogue, what's your question? If Journey is an elemental green restriction, would you go Truffle 2 times? Yes. And elemental bow? Probably. If we have access to Truffle, we're probably spamming Truffle like crazy. Like some kind of Truffle loop team out of Elemental. But yeah, if that's the restriction, we're definitely going Truffle. Because if it's an Elemental restriction, we're definitely going like Mirage Queen. Like we're going like Farge Troll, double Truffle into like Mirage Queen or something. We might not even use Hero. Because we won't actually have the new Elemental Hero class yet. I think we're getting that this Friday? No, not this Friday, but next week's Friday, I mean. When do we get the Hero class? I know it's pretty soon. Next Hero class is, yeah, November 19th. Which is, yes, next Friday. Not this week's Friday, but next week's Friday. That's what I thought. So the very first week of the event, we get the new Hero class. However, that is prior to when we would complete out the very first Journey event. Because even though this is coming during that week that the Journey event takes place, we likely would have entirely completed it out by the time Friday actually gets here. So theoretically, you could wait all the way till Friday in order to incorporate your hero into the Journey event while using it as an elemental. However, realistically, a good majority of people would have finished the Journey event prior to Friday even happening, because you would have had 4 days to complete out the Journey event guild-wide by then, which means most like really active guilds would probably already have the Journey event done before they even touch the new hero class. Which is a bit of an oversight, though I guess it kind of makes sense since all new stuff like that always comes out on Fridays. So even though you theoretically could use the new hero class for the new Journey event, which would have perfect synergy with it, most people won't, just because you'd already have the Journey event done before you ever have the hero class, since it's coming 4 days after the Journey event starts. Though theoretically you could wait until then, but by then, I'm pretty sure most guilds would have it done. Not most guilds, but most like of the super active guilds would have had it done by then. But anyways, guys, did I miss another question? What's your question, Rogue? You said question, but I don't see your question. I just see the word question. Let's see. Oh, you have LOS, but no Ketris. Lord of Slaughter. Is it worth it to try to get him? Ketris the Bull? No. Ketris, while decent, is not a must-have. Lord of Slaughter is definitely used a lot more in the current state of the game than Ketris. While Ketris is viable for a few things, generally speaking, Lord of Slaughter is like 5 times better than it. So if you already have the Lord of Slaughter, it probably is not worth going out of your way to try to get a Ketris. I'd probably save your event keys for a different time, because you already have a mythic for the place anyways at that point. But yeah, between the two, I would say Lord of Slaughter is definitely highest priority, even though we're going to be running like 1 billion Ketrises for this event this week and stuff like that, as well as maybe on the Thursday class event, we might just throw down 1 billion Ketris as well. Ketris isn't really used too often in the current meta. Ketris is also one of those mythics that, while not required, kind of likes having 2 copies of it, because you're generally going to be using Shaman class for half mana start, and then you can kind of do it like a double Tina 9000 build where you go like 2 of it with mech class. You could do 2 Ketris with Shaman class and get some pretty decent value. But yeah, if you have 0 Ketrises, it's pretty low priority to get it if you already have Lord of Slaughter. Like if you're missing both, then yeah, using event keys could be okay. But if you already have Lord of Slaughter, you already have the better drop, so you can just kind of wait on Ketris the Bull. Ketris the Bull is really low priority to have. He used to be quite a bit higher priority, but over time, the fact that he wastes his turn to do his ability keeps becoming increasingly worse as we keep getting more loop capabilities added to the game and other similar options, making him increasingly less viable as time goes on. If the weapon has to be green too, Doomed Glaive? Yeah, probably Doomed Glaive. Like, if you have to go green restriction, it's probably going to be something double truffle into Doomed Glaive. Most likely. Likely with, like, Forest, or Archer hero class. So you can use it with Green Storm and have everything like that. But yeah, it's probably going to be something in first slot, double truffle into hero class then. Using, like, Doomed Glaive or something. It's most likely going to be the team, since you might not be able to use Forest Troll if it is green restriction then. But something along those lines, and just have Truffle loop the mana and pretty much be good to go. That doesn't mean you wouldn't be able to use Mirage Queen, unfortunately, then. I just need to figure out something else for that other slot. Because whatever it is, it's going to be mana blocking. Could always put a Leprechaun in last slot and have double Truffle. The only problem with that is, of course, its tank ability. In which case, we could also put Hero in first slot and then follow it by double Truffle and then have Leprechaun in last slot. Oh, no. We'll have to mess around with it and see exactly what the restriction is and what we have to use. But we'll figure that out next week. That's what we'll be doing next Monday on stream, 1 week from today. But anyways, guys, I'll be heading out for now. I'm probably not going to have any midday stream tomorrow. I will still be having a normal stream, though, for Gems of War hour prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we do every night. But beyond that, probably no midday stream tomorrow. However, we'll probably have a midday stream for Animal Crossing on Wednesday, and go from there. But anyways, guys, I will catch you guys soon. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Best of luck with the 7-year anniversary of Gems of War. And, of course, that 7-year anniversary will be ending with pretty active next week, gosh, where we're going to be getting a new kingdom, Guild Wars going on, as well as a new game mode coming in for the week that will be replacing out the World event with the Journey event for that particular week. Anyways, guys, let's see. Did I miss any other questions? Let me know before I go. Yep, no problem for answering the question. Just making sure I didn't miss any other ones. I don't think I did. Sorry if I did. But anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. It means a lot. And I will see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone.